Thanks, Kansas City, for making us #1. This is KMBC 9 News at 6 with Peggy Breit and Mike Walter. Dave Stewart Sports and weather with Bruce Jones.
Good evening, everyone. Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas spent 7 hours before the Senate Judiciary Committee today.
He denied, sometimes angrily, that he ever sexually harassed former aide Anita Hill.
Hill wasn't present today, but was called an outright liar by one senator.
Mike Goldfeeny is live in our Washington Bureau now with the very latest. Michael, what can you tell us?
Well, Mike and Peggy, Judge Thomas spent more time on the stand today than anyone expected, certainly Judge Thomas himself. And it was a grueling process, and one which Senator Danforth said after it was all over was something akin to a circus. Clarence Thomas came to the witness stand this morning as defiant about the sexual harassment charges against him as he was yesterday. At one point, choked with emotion, Thomas called the highly public and humiliating hearing process the worst harm he has ever suffered.
If someone wanted to block me because they don't like the composition of the court, that's fine. But to destroy me, Senator, I would have preferred an assassin's bullet to this kind of living hell that they have put me and my family through.
Thomas again repeatedly denied every sexual harassment charge leveled at him yesterday by law professor Anita Hill. He then stunned senators with this revelation.
This person, if asked by George Bush today, would he want to be nominated, would refuse flatly and would advise any friend of his to refuse. It's just not worth it.
Then Thomas was asked if he was ready to withdraw his name.
I'd rather die than withdraw. If they're going to kill me, they're going to kill me.
Thomas angrily suggested that the charges against him had been cooked up and publicly leaked by his opponents. That led to a heated exchange with Ohio Senator Howard Metzenbaum.
Sexual harassment is too important an issue to sweep under the rug.
God is my judge, not you, Senator Metzenbaum.
Throughout the hearings, Thomas's good friend and Senate sponsor Jack Danforth has sat loyally behind him. After the hearings ended, Danforth said his protege will not quit.
Gordon Wright is in for the long haul, and I'll tell you another thing. Clarence Thomas's position is if the Senate votes against him, that's fine. He's just as happy being where he is. As he has said to me privately, they can take this job and shove it.
Danforth went on to say that hearings like these are not indicative of the America that he knows and loves. The hearings have wrapped up for tonight and will reconvene tomorrow. Mike and Peggy?
Boy, I tell you, lots going on there. Anybody else set to testify who might have damaging things to say about Judge Thomas?
Well, Peggy, there is a woman named Angela Wright who is scheduled to appear tomorrow, and she is going to testify that Clarence Thomas made inappropriate sexual remarks to her on a number of occasions, but there is some question whether she even wants to come and appear before this committee tomorrow.
All right, Michael. Well, it certainly was another extraordinary day in Washington. Thank you. Well, we talked to some people in our area today to get their views on the Thomas hearings, and we asked if they've changed their minds about his confirmation.
You've got to kind of sympathize with, Professor Hill, and I think there are better choices now.
I mean, it's just one person's view. I mean, she may have had something that she needed to say, and she's finally getting a chance to say it, so.
Why did she wait so long, to come up with these accusations and keep working with them, and then call them on the telephone constantly, say, let's go out to eat, or call me back, or would you like to come up to my room for a beer or something? She's the one that started all the stuff. I think she's lying.
I'm proud of Anita for stepping up. Whether she's right or wrong, I think that someone should have the right to do this.
Tonight at 10, we will have more local reactions to the Thomas Hill hearings and find out if you think the hearings have gone too far.
Kansas City police continue checking out leads in the search for a child sexual assaulter. 3 recent attacks have parents in the heart of the city keeping close watch on their children. As Brenda Washington shows us, they're also expressing outrage.
Good morning, you're on the line.
I personally invite all of my brother's men in Kansas City to respond by casting out these types of individuals.
This radio talk show got a lot of calls from listeners angry about the recent child kidnappings.
We are going to find who is doing this to our children, and we are going to put a stop to it.
In the last several weeks, 3 6- and 7-year-old girls were snatched from 26th and Garfield, 38th in Virginia, and 43rd and Paseo. The last incident occurred Wednesday. Police believe this man is responsible for kidnapping and raping the girls, then returning them to the spot where they were abducted.
I wonder, does this man know that he is destroying this town's life?
Yvonne Ray lives near the area. Although the incidents involved little girls, she says she's still keeping an even closer eye on her young grandson.
I never let him go anywhere alone, not even out on the step. He likes to go on the porch. I don't even let him go on the porch, and I have a closed-in porch.
She also says it's sad that it takes tragic incidents to bring a community together.
When I was coming up, the neighbors knew who you were, and where you didn't belong. And they always made you go back home. So maybe it'll come back all to that.
One radio talk show listener suggested how to do that.
If we could just get 2 parents from every block to watch all of the children to the bus stops and home from school, I think we could take care of this small problem that we have.
Brenda Washington, KMBC 9 News.
If you've seen this man with any children, call the TIPS hotline at 474-TIPS or the ad hoc secret witness line at 921-2000.
Peggy, parents who know what it's like to have their children abducted were out at the Blue Springs Mall today. The Parents of Murdered Children chapter in Kansas City displayed this traveling memorial wall. The wall was traveling all around the country. It is made up of plaques that carry the names of loved ones that have been murdered. Members of the group are hoping they can get across a point that we live in a dangerous world.
It's happening every day. The murder rate is going up every day. And you have to use tactics like this, well, not tactics, but a memorial wall to show these names and say they are murder victims. They didn't die in car accidents, they are murder victims.
Janelle's daughter, Ann Harrison, was abducted while standing outside her home. The Raytown South student was found murdered 2 days after her disappearance.
175 students from William Jewell College today got a lesson in the classroom of life. They spread out throughout Midtown to serve and celebrate on Serve and Celebrate Day, the kickoff to a week of homecoming activities. Some of the students worked on shelves and cleanup and renovation at Reconciliation Ministries, and they say they're glad they did.
You just get so caught up in school, up on campus, and into homework and schedules and time, and it's just nice just to take a whole day and just say, this is what I'll be doing all day, and just forget everything else.
And some of the other students fixed up homes in the area. At 5, the group came together for the celebration part of their day, providing a meal for the homeless at Reconciliation Ministries.
Probably one of the best lessons they've had this week.
Yep.
A great day to fix up the house.
Or just about anything else outside. Bruce has our first look at the forecast.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful day. Clear skies all day long. Winds from the east now at 6 miles an hour. And humidity at a low 31% makes it feel just great out there. KCI is 71. Downtown we're at 74 degrees. Johnson County reports 73. As you look at the records, I'll tell you that tomorrow looks like it's going to be an even nicer day, and a football forecast is looking A-OK. Back with that in just a few minutes.
All righty, Bruce, thank you. One of America's favorite comedians has died. Redd Foxx collapsed last night during a rehearsal of his new comedy series. People best remember Foxx for his junk peddler role in TV Sanford and Son, which ran for 5 years back in the 70s. Foxx was born in St. Louis, but later ran away from home to become a comic. Today, Bob Hope called Foxx a natural comedian, and the world will miss comics like him. Redd Foxx was 68 years old.
Honored as Missouri's best newscast, this is KMBC 9 News at 6 with Mike Walter, Peggy Breit, Dave Stewart, and Bruce Jones.
For almost 100 years, Capital Federal has been a family tradition. Generations of Kansans have relied on Capital Federal to keep their money safe and to help make their dreams come true. From the very first passbook account to 24-hour-a-day automatic teller transactions, Capital Federal recognized your needs. Remember your first home mortgage? Capital Federal continues to make home loans efficiently. No matter what your needs are today, certificates of deposit, personal loans, full-service checking, or the convenience of PS telephone bill payment, Capital Federal has it all. You can rely on Capital Federal with its assets of over $3.5 billion and FDIC insurance of accounts. The most trusted name in savings is more than a slogan at Capital Federal. It's a way of life, a commitment we offer and will offer for generations to come.
Now at Ponderosa, the real thing. Freshly broiled lobster tail for everyone who loves the tender taste of lobster. Choose from 3 delicious lobster dinners. Ponderosa's Lobster and Steak Dinner, Lobster Dinner with 2 tails, or Lobster Feast with 3 tails. Now at Ponderosa Steakhouse, the great new place for lobster.
Success. It shows in the way you work, the way you dress, even the way you play. Peter's Clothiers has the clothing that projects your successful image. Traditional classics from Polo by Ralph Lauren, Oxford, Corbin, and Cole Haan. European classics from Hugo Boss, Zegna, Burberry's, and Bally. Peter's Clothiers will tailor precisely for a custom fit even when you need it the same day. Successful dressing in the 90s starts with Peter's Clothiers, College Boulevard and Independence Center.
We want to clarify some important information for you as we show you the composite of the man being sought for 3 sexual assaults of small children. We want to make sure that you have these phone numbers correct. The TIPS hotline number is 474-TIPS. The ad hoc secret witness line is 921-9000.
Overseas, a fire has forced the shutdown of a nuclear reactor in the Chernobyl power plant in the Soviet Union. In 1986, a fire and explosion at another one of the plant's reactors killed dozens of people and spread radiation throughout Europe. The Soviets say Friday's fire did not cause any injuries or radiation leak. The Ukrainian government and the Soviet Atomic Power Ministry have sent teams to Chernobyl to investigate the incident. A first-of-its-kind delivery in South Dakota. A woman there gave birth to her own grandchildren this morning. Twins, in fact, a boy and a girl. Arlene Schweitzer is the first American woman to serve as a surrogate mother for her own daughter. The daughter was born without a uterus. Eggs taken from the daughter were fertilized with her husband's sperm, then implanted in her mother's womb. The twins, the mother, and the grandmother are all doing just fine.
Tonight, Municipal Auditorium is full of voices singing for charity.
You may talk about your daisies and your sweet forget-me-not.
How about that? The Central States District Barbershop Quartets are holding their fall contest and convention this weekend. More than 1,000 singers and 35 quartets are taking part. The group gets together annually out of their love for singing, but that's not all. They're also raising money for charities. The competition continues tonight and tomorrow at the Music Hall.
Wondering if that's a swan song for Pittsburgh. Next in sports, the Tomahawk Choppers get a chance to cheer on their team in person.
And the big Sunflower Showdown between KU and K-State. Dave will have an impartial report. Sure, stay with us.
Oh, mama, don't feed me no bologna. I don't want no ham and cheese. I want something hot and hearty. I want a man which please. Don't feed me no bologna. Don't feed me no bologna. I want a man which please. Ooh, I'm not talking turkey. I want a bigger deal. I don't feed me just a sandwich. I want a man which meal. Don't feed me no bologna. Don't feed me no bologna. I want a man which meal.
To keep your competitive edge, you can phone it there, fax it there, even beam it there. But there's nothing like being there. With US Air and the American Express card, you get a winning combination. The airline that begins with you and the card dedicated to providing unparalleled customer service. US Air and the American Express card. Keep your competitive edge.
There's something new, you're gonna love it. From KFC, it's called the Gold Bucket. Pick any kind, just $5.99. At KFC, it's Go Bucket time.
KFC introduces $5.99 Go Buckets. Enjoy original recipe, hot wings, or extra tasty crispy chicken. Choose any one for just $5.99.
Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC.
In Kansas City, generations of homeowners trust the comfort of their families to one group, the Kansas City Big 12 Lennox dealers. Smart homeowners know the Kansas City Big 12 12 Lennox dealers stand by their work, one home at a time. For round-the-clock service or a new energy-efficient Lennox heat pump, call one of the Big 12 Lennox dealers. Top-notch Casey's Older Home Specialist or Bowen for quality service in Raytown and surrounding areas.
Of course, everyone's watching the political game in Washington, but there is baseball, and the Braves are not doing too bad, are they?
Well, you know, people talk about them being worst to first. That's not necessarily true. They were last to first. Maybe last year they weren't very good.
That's right.
But this year they're very good, and they get a little bit closer to going to the World Series, and that would be really some story. The National League Series moved on to Atlanta, and the Braves did not forget to pack the momentum. Atlanta beat a 20-game winner to make it back-to-backers over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Bottom of the first inning, 2-1 your score. Braves on top, and do it with me. Deep to left field, and gone. Greg Olson, a 2-run homer. Braves led it 4-1. Again, Atlanta would do it in with 2 outs. Bottom of the third inning, a base hit by Belliard up the middle. Greg Olson came home to score, and Atlanta goes on to win big 10-3. The Braves now lead it 2-1 in the series. Later tonight, it's American League Game 4 at Toronto. Todd Stottlemyre's mission is to pull the Blue Jays even at 2-2. The winner in the series opener, Jack Morris, goes for Minnesota. In Manhattan, you had to pay for the popcorn, but footballs were apparently free. K-State gave it away 6 times, but still managed to beat KU. Third period, tied at 3. KU took advantage of a 4th purple fumble. Hillary downfield to Kenny Drayton, and you decide. They called it a catch, 1st and goal at the 1. Then on 2nd down, Hillary executed beautifully on a bootleg pass back to Jim New for the touchdown, but a missed extra point. It was 9-3. After being benched, Paul Watson came back in a live final period. The give to Eric Gallen, 12-10, Kansas on top. Under 2 minutes to play, Watson under pressure, and check it out. Unloaded downfield, caught by Andre Coleman, 34 yards for the touchdown, 16-12, Kansas State. This was the final play. Nate Florell in at quarterback, throwing down into the end zone, incomplete. Wildcats hang on to win. First time in that series. Purples do it in about 5 years. Out to Colorado for the 5th down sequel, the Buffs and Missouri. CU racking up over 650 yards total offense. Darian Hagan of Westbrook made it 7-0. Second period, Hagan up top one more time. An 11-yarder to Sean Brown, 24-0 at halftime. And it got worse. Phil Johnson at quarterback, the starting guy for Missouri, the top passing team in the Big 8. They did nothing at all today. Intercepted by Ted Johnson. Buffs win it big, 55-7. Also in Big 8 play, Oklahoma State stays winless this year. The Cowboys going down 49-15. Texas, an upset winner over the Sooners, 10-7. A couple of top tenors did it at Miami, the Canes and Penn State. Miami, of course, winning it with big plays third quarter. Kevin Williams took a punt at the 9, and check him out, go all over the road map, 91 yards for the touchdown. That was a school record. Miami beat Penn State 26-20. Checking the top 10 for you, number 1, Florida State, sluggish today, but able to beat Virginia Tech. Washington won by shutout. Michigan over the Spartans by 17. Notre Dame, no trouble with Pittsburgh. And Baylor, rated number 8, upset by Rice, 2017. It was show and tell out at the sports complex this afternoon. The Chiefs' indoor practice facility was open to a select few for a look-see. Most of the people invited were part of the team's annual Hall of Fame weekend. Len Dawson looks ahead at tomorrow's offering on the football field.
Dolphins are coming to town to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs, after that big victory against Buffalo on Monday night, looks like it should be easy, right? Because the Dolphins have an offensive lineman that was out because of injury last week. Their best linebacker is out for the season, John Offerdahl. Do not look at it that way, folks, because Dan Marino is healthy. Dan Marino is the best pure pocket passer in the business today, maybe in the history of the game. And you look back what has happened with Dan Marino and the Kansas City Chiefs, he's done an outstanding job. The Chiefs only have to look back to last year in the playoffs. And for Kansas City, can they regain that plateau they had Monday night against the Buffalo Bills? That's the secret. If they can come anywhere close to that, they should not have any problems with the Miami Dolphins.
Thank you, Leonard. During the regular season, the Chiefs have an upper hand of this series. Kansas City is 9-6 versus Miami. But remember, the Dolphins dumped them in the playoffs back in January. The rematch is sold out. A beauty in high school football, unbeaten Oak Park in Blue Springs. Fourth period, quarterback Nate Minnis did it himself for the Wildcats. 17-7, Blue Springs. Next possession, the Cats wanted to eat up some time. The give to Lou Shepard with room on the right side. Finally taken down, but look what happened. Shepard's foot was caught in the face mask of Andy Christopher. They had to get the jaws of life to get him separated. Blue Springs won it 17-7. The NBA is back, if only for one night. The Bulls play Minnesota at sold-out Kemper a little bit later. Chicago made a big splash one season ago, and again this preseason. Part of their training camp work includes pool duty and not the lifeguard stuff. Former Big 8 star Stacey Kings hopes that'll help him lose some weight and get in great shape for the coming season. We'll also see tonight Mark Randall, former Jayhawk, first-round pick of the Bulls.
Lots of people out there.
And a guy named Jordan is the reason that it's sold out. Pretty good player.
Little wonder. Thanks, Dave.
You bet.
We will find out about tonight's weather next from Bruce.
But first, this Earth Matter fact for you.
Today, let's analyze the great taste of Long John Silver's batter dip fish. Now, the very first part is they get a fresh start. Then there's the matter of Long John's batter. They add the goodness of corn and wheat to give it a taste that can't be beat. Today's lesson in the school of fish, you're gonna get your wish.
Right now, try our batter dipped fish and chicken combo, just $1.99.
What kind of deal is a deal maker deal? Auto Credit Incorporated is the deal maker in Kansas City. So we know just what kind of deal our customers want. Sharp-looking, great driving, reliable cars, trucks, and vans with realistic prices and terms that hard-working men and women can deal with. That's a deal maker deal. And we make these deals for folks like you every day.
Come on down and let the deal make a deal and say, ooh, ooh.
Let the deal maker, Auto Credit Incorporated, make a deal for you.
My glasses are always too tight or too loose. Why can't they ever keep their fit?
You don't have to put up with glasses that don't fit anymore, because now LensCrafters has so many new ways to make glasses more comfortable.
Now LensCrafters brings you better fit for greater comfort. LensCrafters glasses fit your snug points with features like new snug fit hinges that hug your head and won't lose their gentle hold.
Now that's what I call a great fit, and they'll stay put.
LensCrafters, better fit for greater comfort in about an hour.
Try something different. Salad topped with Le Choy chow mein noodles. Le Choy makes a good thing better.
A lot of people outside enjoying this weather, and a lot of people working out there too. Raking, you know, some of the leaves are starting to fall, getting the mowing done.
Look to me like the fall colors on the trees were right at about peak. Maybe
They're
one more week.
really great.
Yeah, they really are, and then especially considering we had such a dry summer. Lisa Snyder sends in a very interesting
that is
sunset
gorgeous.
photo. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
That's one of the great things about living out in the country. You get to see that kind of stuff. 71 degrees right now at Kansas City International. Look how low the humidity is, 31%. Winds are from the east at 6 miles an hour. The barometric pressure has been holding steady the last few hours. High today was 75. The low this morning, 49 degrees. And the first stop is take a look at the satellite pictures and check out and make sure that indeed we had no clouds in the sky this afternoon. A very beautiful day. There are some clouds coming out over the Colorado Rockies. These are high cirrus clouds, and they should be in here tomorrow. So in the forecast, watch for partly cloudy skies. The other thing is this cool front coming off the Pacific Northwest and moving down toward us, and that will also be in the picture for tomorrow evening. Here's a map drawn for about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. We see the cool front moving all the way into the Dakotas now. Also a little area of low pressure developing in the upper atmosphere here, and that will also increase the clouds. Off to our east, area of high pressure still locked in here, and in between the high and the low, here come winds from the south tomorrow, gusting up to near 20 miles per hour, maybe some gusts around 25. So for the football game tomorrow, it does look like we will have some southerly breezes moving across the stadium. And then tomorrow evening, right around sunset or so, this front should be right down over the Kansas City area, and as it moves through, it'll bring in more clouds and perhaps a chance for some rain. The humidity right now is so low that it looks like any rain would be on the light side, but tomorrow we'll have an influx of moisture coming in from down south, so that could increase the chances for rain. I would guess mainly light showers in the Kansas City area, chance for thunderstorms back toward Cape Girardeau. Here's the forecast tonight for the Kansas City metro area. By 10 o'clock, we'll be at about 62 degrees with light, variable winds. Overnight low, 53 degrees, clear, breezy. Winds from the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then those breezes will pick up tomorrow, and we'll go up to 20 miles per hour with maybe gusts out in the Kansas side near 25 and 26 miles an hour. Quite warm tomorrow. I'm going to go with a high of 80 degrees, and then that front will come through tomorrow evening. So on Sunday night and Monday, light rain showers are possible in the area. We should clear out Monday afternoon and get a little bit cooler as that Pacific front comes through. But this is not a very, very cold front, more of a cool front.
Yeah, we could sure use the rain, too.
Yeah, well, for the football game, everything's okay.
Good.
And maybe some rain for the folks who need it.
Rain after that.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, still ahead tonight, you may be in the mood for chills and thrills or even romance.
And if you are, Drew has just the ticket for you. 2 movies out now, and he will tell you about them next.
Okay, Sky, he's a hot dog. I feel good.
If you wear perfume or cologne, here's something you need to know. Some people are saying Perfume Pizzazz sells old merchandise or imitation fragrances. That's simply not true. Here's the truth. Perfume Pizzazz has found a way to buy the world's best-known perfumes and colognes, all new and all authentic merchandise, then pass the savings on to you. Like Oscar de la Renta, department store's price $48. Perfume Pizzazz's price only $39. Buy the best for much less. Shop Perfume Pizzazz today.
New car prices got you spooked. Other dealers may not give you a ghost of a chance, but at Adams, the boss makes the deal. And now, you can be the boss. Get a free Halloween mask and make your own deal. At Adams Toyota, Chevy, or Ford, you'll get thousands more for your trade-in and the guaranteed best prices. Plus, you can look just like me. I'm the boss. Let's make a deal. What a good-looking crowd. Get a free mask and make your own deal at Adams Toyota and Adams Chevy in Raytown or Adams Ford in Belton.
Besides regular low prices, only Pearl Vision always takes 20% off all seniors. Glasses. Pearl. You won't see better anywhere else. At Pearl Vision, if you're not completely satisfied with your glasses within 30 days, we'll always make things right or give you your money back. No questions asked.
I like them.
Pearl. You won't see better anywhere else.
At Payless Cashways, when you've got the color, we've got the perfect match. Introducing Valspar Paint and our new computer color matching system. Now the color you want is the color you'll get, time after time. Valspar quality since 1806. Computer technology today. When it comes to the color you're looking for, get the perfect match at Payless Cashways.
Here lies a tale of twists and spins, aromas sweet and mandolins. Oktoberfest! Bring your Minute Maid can and save $6. Weekends at Worlds of Fun.
Now that the fall movie season is underway, Drew Dimmel tells us about 2 movies that are worth checking out.
Shattered is an intense psychological thriller with more twists and turns than a mountain road. Tom Berenger plays a man left with amnesia after a car wreck, and he has to fill in the blanks of his past with the help of friends he's not sure he can trust. It's rated R.
Okay, what am I going to do to make you respond? I mean, can I start writing you little notes?
I don't respond to little notes. Don't start writing me notes.
What about presents? What if I start giving you presents? I mean, would that help?
You can afford that?
Oh, I'm saying little.
Al Pacino and Michelle Pfeiffer star as a short-order cook and a waitress who begin an unlikely courtship in Frankie and Johnny. Known more for comedy, director Gary Marshall says for this movie, he had to walk the thin line between drama and comedy, but got some help from his 2 stars.
It's a very realistic picture. Sometimes humor comes up, and they work in a restaurant with a lot of humorous people. So to keep the balance of the humor and the drama was the hardest thing, and to kind of guide them a little into the humor, and they helped guide me into the drama.
He also says it's a story just about all of us can relate to.
It's about disappointment, a lot of things we all experience. You don't have to be rich or poor, you know, from wherever, Kansas City or L.A. or Canada. It's all we've all gone through it.
It's rated R. I'm Drew Dimmel, and that's tonight's preview.
That's it. We'll see you at 10.
Good night.